Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and this match could not be made up. So I have brought a team that is tailor-made to counter WD, and my opponent is playing WD. However, oh boy, this is the match that's gonna be... They go for a 110 accuracy move into a 57 dodge character with a 75% stun chance, and they get it, because this is the Butcher's Circus, the circus of the butchers, everyone's beloved place. So, alright, on to the match itself. But no, before the match itself, I must say, Shep, what the hell is this background? Why is the background moving all over the place when the turns pass? Why does it have the sacred beer written on it? Well, someone asked me to change the background, and also my brother is now... finish him into the doggy, Jesus. And now my brother is also stopped making Butcher Circus videos, so that's unfortunate, and he is instead making Darkest Dungeon 2 videos, so that's fortunate. You know, I would definitely prefer having him do Butcher Circus videos, but I think he should do whatever he wants to do the most and whatever he has the most fun in. And I have noticed that he kind of stopped having fun in the Butcher Circus. Thankfully for me though, that's not the case. I still very much love this game. I am hopelessly addicted to it, and I have a love-hate relationship with it, but I still love it. And here we are onto another match, and it looks like my opponent here who is playing WD is actually called Chris Multisanti. Correct me if I'm wrong, this person is absolutely insane, by the way. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the guy from The Sopranos? Like the one that has like the really cool hair? My hair actually kind of looks like his, if you're wondering about it. Probably not. You probably don't stay up at night thinking, what does Shepherd Doggy's hair look like? But yeah, my hair kind of looks like that guy. I'm not sure if it is Chris Multisanti, but it's one of the guys from The Sopranos, kind of like the young one. And I would say like the least gangster one out of all of them, but they're all pretty gangsters. I don't know, they're all not very good people, let's put it that way. So, in terms of how this match has been going, my opponent had a lot of decisions to go for. What I want to do in this situation is to guard my Antiquarian, make sure that the Houndmaster is pretty much impossible to kill the amount of dodge it has. Then the Antiquarian is impossible to kill because you can't break the guard against a position 4 character unless you have pulled them already, so you have to like the mark. Then you have Stabilizing Tower, so you do have that, but since my opponent didn't go for the pull, they won't be able to do that. And then, both my Man-at-Arms and my Flatulent are pretty stun resistant, so there's no like easy target to stun in the front line, which is pretty good. There's also no easy target to push in the front line, but who cares, right? Who cares? No easy target to push because you brought Snuff. Yeah, no, Shep, no. The Butcher Circus does not care about your exotic Snuffs, and my Flash just gets pulled. However, I will go for the guard on the Antiquarian anyway, because a pull here would honestly be the best move for my opponent. The only thing that they could try and punish me now would be to just go for an immediate sniper shot and hope that they somehow get enough damage, because they don't even have Piercing Quarrel. Their crit chance isn't that good, honestly. Their damage is reduced because of the battle debuff, and I have 10 prot here on the Flatulent, so it shouldn't really hurt. And you're going for collect. How is this person in champion rank with WD? WD is not this brain dead. It really isn't. It's one of the most difficult teams to play well, because if you go against something like this, you can still win, but you need to play your heart out. If you're going for collect bounties out of nowhere with your Heart Seeker Equine Talisman Bounty Hunter, I don't think things are gonna turn out too well for you. But this looks more of like a throw enough BS at the wall and some of it will stick kind of team, because instead of being tactical about it, trying to mark a character, shoot a character, break the stuns, push the most important characters away, pull the most important characters, they've just brought like 4 characters that deal a lot of damage, and they're just hoping to make it work. I feel like this is what my opponent is doing, and I feel like this is how they've reached the success that they have, and so I will try to stop them. I would try to guard here, but sadly that's not a possibility, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a Bellow right now. Could have dropped the Rejuvenating Vapors first, but I decided against it because Bellow debuffs are my beloved. So against 30 prot, no Piercing Quarrel, yeah, hits for 8, really not that much, thankfully. And you might be wondering about the Trinket choices, which I'll explain very shortly. So the Antiquarians, of course, can run Black Diamond Mirror Tears of the Lost, because this is pretty much the most offensive setup you can bring on her if you want to spam Regen, which is of course what we want to do, so it's very nice setup on the Antiquarian. The doggy is gonna have double dodge, of course, so he's pretty much impossible to kill for a team like WD. I mean, with this amount of dodge, you should really not be going for him. If it still works, it's really unfortunate for the for the team that's fighting against WD. And you know, if you get unfortunate enough, of course, you're still going to lose. But that's just how the Butcher Circus is. It really is just a Butcher Circus. So you need to give yourself the best possible chance of victory. And having a very dodgy doggy in position 3 here makes it so all of my characters, like none of my characters are targets that WD really likes going into. Usually you need to attack a character that's kind of like the weak spot in their formation. You need to make sure you can bring that character down to 0 HP, make sure you can stun the characters that are protecting them, stuff of the likes, but you can't really hit the antiquarian because if you guard the position 4 character with a position 3 character, WD pretty much can't do anything about it. They can try to stun with manacles, but the stun chance isn't fantastic, the hit chance is worse, so what happened earlier on for that stun to actually apply was kind of ridiculous, but you know, thankfully they didn't punish us too hard for it by going for the pull on the come hitter, because my opponent just loves to collect bounties. Now of course, since I only have 30 prot, it might not be enough here to make my opponent really not hurt, and yeah, even with those damage debuffs. In this sort of situation, a protection would really be a lot more helpful. Maybe I should have gone for a guard there onto the antiquarian, just change the guard around. That was definitely a possibility, probably what I should have gone for, but I didn't, and I don't think I'll get punished for it, because I still have my doggy turn here, I still have my flagellant turn, I still have redeem up, and I have a lot of tools at my availability here. I have suffer, I could have gone suffer, but honestly really not too required, so they're gonna go for the 30% stun chance. They don't even have these stun trinkets. They go for the 30% stun chance and they get it. Wonderful, just my favorite thing ever, of course. And right now there's a few things I can do, one of them being just punishing, one of them being suffer. I'm going to suffer here just to get rid of that mark, because I honestly don't really like it all that much. If they want to punish my flagellant, and then I mean punish, I mean like collect bounty my flagellant, and so be it, I'll drop the destroy, I'll drop a big redeem, and then you'll have absolutely nothing on me, and I'll have afflictions coming. They go for a stunning blow on a character that's already stunned? Why not go for the Zealous? Are you afraid of the damage? That's so odd. My opponent plays this team in such an odd way. It really hurts to see. It hurts my eyes. I know that they're probably not too experienced with this team, but it still hurts to see something like this, because even though I have made a counter, this is most definitely a counter to the WD, it's still quite possible to win, especially if you go first, and especially if you get that amazing stun onto the doggy. They had an amazing opportunity to win this match, but they've completely squandered it. They might still have an opportunity here though, if they just hit me hard enough. Maybe they'll still have enough. You might be wondering, well Shep, don't you just need enough regen to get out of this store? Like, they're not applying a lot of duty on you, why are you spamming the regen? Well, if I have protection, if they have better debuffs, and I have a lot of regen, like, it'll just be amazing for me here, so I think I'm much better off just going crazy on the regens right now. They still have slams, so I can't go for any... Dumbass. Oh, you dumbass. Yeah, this is why you shouldn't spam regen that hard. Oh, I messed up. I should not have done that. I'm just gonna move back here. Yeah, you can see my lack of expertise at this team, because even though this is quite a cool team, you also need to know how to play it. It's not brain dead. It's not further, I'm gonna click Hanzeri and then like 12 stress on everyone, and yay. So they're gonna go for the mark here on my doggy, which is most definitely one of the plays in the Butcher Circus, and I'm going to guard. If they want to go for the slam 25% death with chance, so be it. Even if it happens, I still think I'm winning this match. I think so. Are they gonna go for the pull now? Oh, you smarty pants, you smarty pants. I don't think it's that smart, honestly. They could have gotten the kill right there, but they didn't. I don't think it was ideal for them to do such a thing, and right now I will guard here actually with the man-at-arms, so I'm just changing the guards around, just playing around with my team, just trying to salvage this horrible mistake I've committed, which was thinking I had redeem up when I actually don't because I healed too much. But yeah, I have explained all the trinket choices, right? Oh, they go for the shot! They don't even go last, and they go for the shot on the doggy, not on the antiquarian. Oh, what a mad lad. What a mad lad. Well, what do we do in this situation? They can still go for a slime on me, but do I really care? And no, I'd actually like that, honestly. I'd like that. Yes, I would. So instead I'm just gonna go ahead and drop a Hanseri here. Let's get an affliction going. Let's get those afflictions popping. So when you play stress teams, you have two ways of winning against the damage teams. Either you stall out for a really long time and play on the defense, because it's round 5 and they haven't gotten a single kill. This is not typical WD gameplay. Or you just go full on the aggression and just try to stress them out as they kill your characters at the same time. So those are basically the two rules of thought that you have for these sorts of teams. Which one do you prefer? If you want to go really aggressive, you play something like Kalashnikov. If you want to go really defensive, you play something like this. Now the problem is that both of these teams kind of suck against stress teams. Maybe this one a little bit less so, because it also has a flagellant, and we all know flagellant is fair and balanced. But yeah, both of the teams do kind of suck against stress, so you do have to keep that in mind. I would take cover here, but honestly I don't need it. Even if they shoot me, I have enough regen at this point, and then the mark's gonna go away, so if they shoot me right now, honestly they're just wasting a turn. Because of the regen sustain that I have going here, it's honestly just way too big for my opponent to deal with. They already have a character going down to their store, which is a lot of value for me right now, and they're still gonna go for the slime. Are they gonna go for the push on the flagellant again? Watch them do it. It's a 45% chance to work. No, they're gonna go for Drake this time, and they get a nice crit on it. Okay, they went paranoid, so it's minus damage, which I'm very happy about. And oh, look at that crit heal, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. I could go for a punish here, but they're already dropping to their store, so I'm just gonna go for a punish there. And oh, that is juicy. That is about as juicy as a punish that you're ever gonna get. When you bring exotic snuff, when you're not even close to their store and you're fighting against the Crusader, you get a crit for 10 and 24 points of bleed against the Crusader. Yeah, that's not handleable here for my opponent, sadly. They're still gonna try. They're still gonna try treading on, but this is gonna be really difficult one for them to win. So you might be wondering, well, Shep, what is this background actually? I am completely clueless to DD2. I have no idea what this place actually is. Well, it is the background of the... Oh, how do I guard here? Let's guard you. It is the background before the Leviathan boss fight. I made like a really cool video on it ages ago. I actually got like 9,000 views on that video. I don't know why, just a random DD2 video getting I don't know, like 4 times what my usual Butcher Circus videos get. Quite interesting for something of the likes to happen, but oh no, my antiquarian, whatever shall I do with my poor little antiquarian? Yeah, I really don't care. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to click here. I'm going to change the guard around, but Shep, why don't you click first because you have regen? I don't have to. I can do this, reduce her stress taken, and make sure that she doesn't even get a resolve check. Because WD does have a little bit of stress with that transform from the Abomination, so I kind of don't want that to work out too well here for my opponent. And yeah, you can see my opponent has definitely made some interesting choices. This looks like something brought straight out of 2020. Having the sniper's mark on the Arbles, very weird. Having the exotic snuff and the stabilizing tiller nowadays just feels really odd. Not having double stun on these characters feels really odd. It's just, and then this setup on the Bounty Hunter, everyone knows you go grappling mid's finisher. Maybe they're experimenting a little bit, maybe that's what they're doing here, but it still feels very weird to see. So right now I don't go for the regen and I go for the festering papers instead. If you have a chance to kill your opponent's characters, especially when they have a D-transform and self-heal for 13, chances are you should take it, because if your opponent's damage team is being greedy enough to stay at the store with their characters, you need to punish it. And if you get a death blow on there, like if you have a character advantage against the stress team, it's pretty much if you have a character advantage against the damage team while you're playing with a stress team, it's pretty much GG. So it's what I'm trying to make happen right now. And so my flagellant will also go for the punish on the Abomination. Sadly, he did go paranoid, so he got enough dodge to actually dodge my festering vapors, but you know, that's just how it is. And you might see, like, my accuracy chances really suck on this team. The doggy has 93 with the monkey spa, the antiquarian has 90, the flagellant has 96 with the punish because of the exotic snuff, and the man-at-arms only has 100 with the bellow, but that doesn't really matter when you play against a team that has 5, 5, 10, and 5 dodge. Doesn't really matter whatsoever. Oh, that's actually a lot of DOT. Oh, damn. That's actually a hell of a lot of DOT. I might have to save him. Oh, it's so unfortunate. How did my regen run out so quickly? Ah, this freaking MAA. You have 80 prod. How am I still taking damage on him? That is honestly just annoying. That's all it is right now. My opponent is annoying me here. I'm gonna go for a card now onto the Handmaster. I mean, onto the MAA because I kind of have to do it. And now they might go for another pull. They might go for a shot first on the Antiquarian. Both are interesting. There's a bit of a problem if they go for a shot first because if I do click on regen and don't use either protect me or take cover, then they'll be able to actually go for the come hitter into a stunning blow, which they do go for, but they go for the come hitter first before the stunning blow, so it is odd. It is definitely a little bit on the odd side when it comes to decision making, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this because they really shouldn't have done that. They should have gone for the shot first, into the come hitter, into the stunning blow, because it would have made my life a little bit difficult. But now it just doesn't, because even though they go for the sniper shot, I still have regen. I have regen for a number of rounds, and I'm also gonna click regen here and heal the men-at-arms. But no, Shep, he's hopeless. He's gonna say no to the heal. You can't say no to restoration heals. That's right, you absolutely cannot say no to restoration heals. Which is another reason why it's such a nice ability. Oh, look at that stress. There we go, 4 afflictions. It took 7 rounds to get 4 afflictions. Usually it takes like 3 to 4 for the really aggressive stress teams. But those really aggressive stress teams would either have won the match by now or lost the match by now. So take that as you will. So at this point I'm just gonna drop a bellow here, and that will ensure that the abomination dies as long as I hit the bellow. That's gonna that's really unfortunate because now there's stunning blow. Oh, you men-at-arms. You men-at-arms. Why do you freaking move back with the hopeless? Yeah, it's really annoying now because now there's 3 characters that can actually hit my Antiquarian. Don't click with the abomination. He's dead. Don't click with the abomination. Okay, fine. Fine, if you want to click with the abomination, I'm not gonna stop you, it's your choice. And my opponent finally surrenders when they figure out that the abomination takes enough stress because he's an abomination. I don't know, maybe this is a stress person and this is the first time they're like, oh, you know, these freaking WD teams, they just wreck my teams all the time. Let's join the devil, let's join the dark side of the force and eat their cookies. But yeah, sadly the cookies were poisoned and they did not play WD to its perfect extent. So let's go for match number 2. Alright, and here we go, straight into a match number 2, this time against the darkest one opponent. And once again, it's someone kind of playing the WD. Except instead of abomination, there's men-at-arms. This is really odd. Usually when I'm playing, my opponents are all like my high tier opponents are all playing like a variation of Chef Stress, just you know, a cultist or a grave robber or antiquarian. They're just enjoying themselves. But this time I'm just running into the damage teams, which is actually a really good experiment, because we'll see just how good this is. They went for the command buff first, which is really annoying here that they actually have command buffs. It's going to be very difficult for me to deal with, but I will have to deal with it one way or the other, so let's try to. So here my opponent is already in a bit of a rough spot, because when you have exotic stuff on your arbalist and you have a man-at-arms, your damage output sucks. It's just absolute garbage with this team. They can disrupt me, they can go for uppercuts, they can keep their riposte up. There's definitely a lot of annoying things they can do, just purely annoying things. But their damage output is on the low end of the scale, so I'm just gonna have to try and punish that. And this Crusader has no good stun targets because once again it only has Sacred Blade and Glorious Standard, no Brass Knuckles, no Tiger Finger, but still gets this all on my Flagellant. Hooray! That is just how I like my Butcher Circus, being complete BS. Yeah, it is absolutely how I love it. Now, I could go for the Bolster here, or I could not. I will decide on the Bolster for the extra 15 dodge. I mean, she does have 138 accuracy, but I have 87 dodge because of the first round dodge buff, so it's very unlikely that she actually hits me there. And thankfully she doesn't. Most thankfully, even if she did hit me, I have a reasonably good health pool at 31, and I also have 15 prot here on my Houndmaster, so I didn't really imagine my opponent hitting me too hard at that point. They do have Mark for Death, so that is a possibility for them. So I definitely have to watch out for it. I will maybe keep my turn up so I can drop the regen when I really have to. But for starters, I'm gonna start dropping battle debuffs. This is gonna be a difficult one. My opponent just keeps farming command buffs because they really want to go for my doggy here. I feel like that's their plan. They're gonna go for the come hither. It's annoying. The reason they do this is because they want to go for a stunning blow. It's really annoying that they try and do this because, I mean, their hit chance is decent, I guess, against the amount of dodge I have here. I could go for a stun, but then they just flare and get a lot of value on it. So this is just really annoying. It's just really annoying what they're doing, because even if they do hit, they won't have a guaranteed chance of stunning, and you know, you just got a really lucky chance of stunning. So it would be really nice if I got the opposite and got a really nice stun resistance there. So they're gonna go for the sniper shot. Of course they get a crit even though they don't have piercing quarrel, and I'm already down a fair amount of HP because that's how the Butcher Circus goes, right? I'm gonna drop rejuvenating vapors here just to make sure my flagell doesn't drop too low on HP, and even if they try hitting me here, I will have that. And 92 dodge, worthless into a stun. So this Crusader, which should not be stunning Jack SHIT, is getting 2 stuns in a row because justice, right? Justice. That's all I can say here. I could keep my guard up, or I could not. I could keep my guard up, or I could not. No, that's not what I mean. I could keep my guard turn up, or I could not. And I think I will not, actually. I'm just gonna drop a bell here, keep dropping bell debuffs. I think this is generally just gonna be a slightly better play. If they go for a pull here onto my Antiquarian, I might just go for a... Wow! I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Because you can heal stress on your characters, but can you really heal them forever before I stabilize here? Can I stabilize here? With all the accuracy they have? It's a weird spot for a shepherd as doggy as me to be in. It really is a weird spot here. But I think right now I'm just gonna go ahead and click, and now they're probably gonna go for the come hither, maybe force me to go for a take cover, and maybe think that like, oh, after you waste all his take covers, I'm just gonna have a much better match than him, right? That might be what they're going for. Let's keep in mind that I have festering vapors here, and even though... That's all. They're just trying to disrupt me. I don't think that's too smart, actually. I actually don't think that's the smartest move they could have gone for. Because just trying to disrupt the stress team isn't going to win you matches. You have to kill their characters. So right now I'm actually going to drop a finishing vapors here. I think I can get away with it. I need to start doing some DOT to their side of the team. And here, doing festering vapors is much better than doing bleeds, because look at the resistance is 70. You're gonna flare just 2 battle debuffs away. This is really odd. This is really odd what they're going for. Are they hoping that I move to position 1 here so they can shoot my man-at-arms? He still has a good amount of prot. Oh, but they got a crit buff. Yeah, okay. They got a crit buff, so they would crit me down to 0 HP here. Fun, right? Fun and games. I guess I could just move forward 1 position. I could still move forward 2 positions. There's no way they crit for 41, right? Oh, they might crit really hard, Shep. They might crit really hard. Let's just move forward 1 position. If they want to keep pulling and going for this weird disruption gameplay that isn't on my Antiquarian, then so be it. I'll just live with it. Are they gonna go for the Retribution? They are! Retribution at last! And now they're gonna try to keep their repulse up so I don't hit them quite as much anymore, which makes sense. It's what I would do in this situation as well. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a battle debuff here just to keep stacking that stress up, and I do more stress than my opponent kind of heals, because they heal 33 each and every single time, and I'm doing like at least 40. So I am doing a bit more stress, but it will take a while for me to win this through stress though. Let me tell you that much, but I think I will win. I think I will win if we really go the long way on this match. I do believe I will have the advantage. Now, does my opponent get to go first? Yes, they do, so I can't click my Antiquarian. Nice. However, what I can do is just go ahead and click my doggy here and just go for a guard to make sure they can't pull the Antiquarian or do really quite threatening things at the moment. What he could do is just mark my flash and try to kill him. Did I really... How many battle debuffs did I get? Just 2? All of them have 10% debuff resistance. Literally all of them. No, I only got 2? What is this? They're gonna go for the mark for death on my Houndmaster, actually. Oh, that's threatening. That is quite threatening. All they have to do is actually hit me pretty hard and I might be dead here. Yeah, that wouldn't be too good, would it? A freaking crit buff. It's... Even with the exotic snuff, they do enough damage now because of that crit buff. It's so dumb. It really is so dumb. I wish I was in position 1, honestly. I really wish I was in position 1. Well, here's what I gotta do. I gotta use the Protect Me to save the doggy from the Arbalest, because now he has 35 prot and 82 dodge, so I don't imagine they'll do enough, right? Whoops, they do. They do enough. And I'm in a really terrible spot right now. This is just as unfortunate as it gets, honestly. I mean, they don't have a lot of accuracy here on their bounty hunters, so it is quite... Does this clearly mouse? Nah, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't, Shep. It is very unlikely that they get to kill here. They have trash amounts of accuracy. They have 118 accuracy into 82 dodge. Yeah, it would be really fortunate for them to get such a thingy on there. And once again, the crit buff is actually what got them to do enough damage there against the protection. It's honestly just uncanny how such a thing is even allowed to occur. But it is how the Butcher Circus is. They decide not to go for the kill, which is a little bit surprising to say the very least. And I'm just gonna keep guarding here to bring my dodge up to 102, so try hitting that. They will try hitting it, regardless of what I try doing here, whatever sneaky plans I have up my sleeve, and they will keep disrupting him. They're gonna go for the finish him! Into 102 dodge! They go for the finish him! Finish him into 102 dodge! Ooh, oh my goodness. Yes, finish him into 102 dodge! What? They went for a finish him. With... They had plus 40 accuracy, right? So 100 and... They went for like a 40 hit chance. It does not compute. It does not compute. You know, my only way of saving him right now is to try and do this. At least get rid of the mark, right? There's minus death blow resistance because they got the mark debuff on my 45 dodge debuff. What are they doing? They're going for genius moves, and then they're wasting them completely. Like, what? You could have gotten the kill right there. I was dead to rights right there. I couldn't guard because they have stabilizing tiller. They had a mark, they had a minus death blow resistance, and now they just shoot the antiquarian. What? I genuinely don't understand what's going on here. It's like my opponent is doing all the best moves on accident. Going for the most insane risks that give you guaranteed wins, but then not actually following through after those risks succeed. I don't get it. What is this man I'm playing against? It's insane. Okay, they're gonna go for the push now on the flagellum. Thank you, Snuff. Thank you, Snuff, for being snuffy. Thank you, Snuff, being snuffy today. Very cool of you, bro. And I'm just gonna move forward to position 1 here, so I'm not marked, and you know, kind of just unfortunate to be marked and in position 3. Thankfully, the push did go through, but the daze did not, so it is actually okay for me. Right now, there's a few things I can go for. I am guarding here with our daddy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for the bell now, hope that the Arbalest doesn't crit me for too much, at the very least, and just keep stacking stress on them. And of course, remember that Festering Vapors I did a few rounds ago? Look at the damage it did. If it were a Materia Pestis Festering Vapors, it would have really hurt, but sadly it wasn't. One of those amazing Festering Vapors, so no, I could go for one right now. Oh, I really want to drop the regen though. I really want to drop the regen, but the Festering Vapors look so juicy. But, which one do I do? Oh, which one do I do? Which one do I do? Which one do I don't? I'm gonna fast ring. Okay, nice hits. Blight on everyone but one, which is unfortunate because, I mean, look at their blight resistance. It's 10, 10, 5, 10. compared to their bleed resistances, which are 70, 35, 35, 45. Thankfully, they only hit for 10, so that's actually okay, and now I can just go for a Hound Zero. I'm not going to change the guards around here again, because then my doggy would be in a weird spot once more, because I mean, he still has death blow resistance debuff, he has death store recovery, he only has 6 HP, so I think just dropping the Hound Zero here is overall better, even though my bleed chances suck. We all know that the doggy gets 110 base bleed chance. I think that's actually fair, because the characters that you're likely to face and the characters that are really OP, apart from the Flagellant, which doesn't really care about getting hit all that much with bleeds, because, I mean, yes, 5% bleed rate, but who cares? Apart from that character, all the really strong characters that you're gonna go up against, like Arbalest, Crusader, Man-at-Arms, Bounty Hunter, all these chaps have really good bleed resistances. Only the Abomination doesn't, which is fair because he has good bite resistance, so I think it's overall very fairly done here. So, now there's a few things I can go for, and one of them is still going for the Hansari despite the Retribution. And that's actually what I'm gonna go for here, believe it or not. I have 50 prot, I highly doubt it hits me all that much. And I get a very juicy crit on it, which I very much appreciate. Not really for the stress, though the stress is very good. If my opponent wants to keep using his turns up on Inspiring Cry, his Crusader turns up, then so be it. They're gonna go for the 30% stun. Do they get it? They do not! Nice! Nice! Looks like there is justice in this world after all. And now there's a few things here I can do with my characters. So first things first, I'm gonna go for yet another guard here on the doggy. He's still too low on HP, I need to keep guarding him. And with 80 prot on the Man-at-Arms, he's pretty much unkillable at this point, which is awesome. And I do have the Pit Fighter's Helm here. There's an argument for bringing Protector's Kite for this sort of situation, but I have decided to bring this instead. That's just a misplay, because, I mean, that's just a free turn for me. I'll just do this, and I'm perfectly okay with it. And you can keep hitting me for 10, hopefully. Hopefully for 10, hopefully not a crit for 21, maybe, something of the likes. But no, they're gonna go the defensive here with Battlefield Badge. So this is a damage team player that really should be playing stress teams, honestly. I feel like that's what this is. Because they go for the really cool moves, but then they focus too much on the defense rather than on the offense when they really have to go on the offense. It's kind of odd seeing this play out, and it works on the stress teams because you can kind of just consistently do stress and then play safe and then do more stress, but on the damage teams it doesn't. Either you get a kill or you don't, so it's really straightforward how these teams work. Now I could change the guards around at this point. It would probably work right now, and I think I might. But honestly, just moving back here sounds fine as well. I mean, moving back would take cover. They might flare that away, but honestly, I don't really mind all that much. If they flare that away and then try shooting me, I still have the regen, I still have the guard here from the Man-at-Arms. If they really want to just thirst from Antiquarian, I could always drop the software at the end of the day, so I'm just gonna chill at that. So in case I didn't actually mention all the trinkets like 20 minutes ago when I should have, once again, this is, yeah, and my opponent surrenders here because they failed another stun. I mean, you just have a really weird team setup. It's not gonna work against a team like this unless you get some insane genius plays. They go for like disruption here, disruption there, mark on the doggy, finish him on the 102 dodge doggy to have that sniper shot set up for the 85% death row chance, and then not do it because my opponent is crazy like that. But yeah, big GG's to both my opponents playing their damage teams, very odd. Definitely people that need to practice their damage teams. It was very weird to see that, very freaking weird. But anyway, it was fun playing with this impossible to kill team. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. See you again another time. Cheers.